Before I go any further in this video and record anything at all, I want anyone who is watching this to recognize that I'm about to play an uncensored version of a completely out of tune and out of step and horribly out of beat song by Amandla Stenburg. I was going to try and make an edited video, however, I'm not great with editing yet, and I'm still working on editing a bunch of other stuff, so as of right now, I'm just going to record my initial thoughts. I'm not going to try to do anything else regarding, sourcing clippets of newspaper articles that she's said ridiculous and stupid things about. But I just want to let everyone know, before this video starts, it's already started, but before it goes any further, there is a lot of language in this video. Not from me, from Amandla. By the way, for those of you wondering, the context of this video is attacking and haranguing Star Wars fans who don't like The Acolyte, a horribly written TV show that got canceled after its first season, that was run up by the former personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland. And I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say she knew exactly what was happening in those meetings. I'm just gonna say, in order to get to the fridge, you first have to open the door to get the snacks. Right? In order to get the snacks in the fridge, you gotta first open the door. I think that she was the door. I think she knew exactly what was happening. I know I said I wasn't gonna say that she knew exactly what was happening, but she definitely knew exactly what was happening, and she probably locked the door on him when it was going down in there. Now, let's move on. I'm going to record some stuff for this video. It might be a longer one. This is 3 minutes and 48 brain-melting seconds of absolute idiocy. So let's go ahead and get into this. Goodness gracious. I hope I have the strength and willpower. All right. I hate it already. If this is her acting chops where it's just like, let me stare stupidly into the camera and let me blink slowly as it zooms in. I'm doing this amazing, stupid, silly little dramatic stare. I hate it already. It's so stupid. All right, let's move on. It's the posturing. It really is. I'm the tough girl posturing. Look at how amazing I am. I'm gonna raise my chin in suspicion because I think I'm so strong and amazing. It's so cringy. Stop it. Ugh. For those of you who don't know, this is gonna be the majority of the video. It's just jiggling and gyrating. Yes, I've seen it. I hate the fact that I've seen it. Okay, there are lyrics on the bottom of the screen. I'm glad she put them in because nothing she says is clear. You can't understand a word that she says or comes out of her mouth. There's not a clear piece of language in this except for maybe the word discourse, and that's because it's flashing up on the front of the screen in the top header section, right? Look at this. I'm going viral on Twitter again. When did you go viral before? I didn't know you existed until now. All right, let's go ahead and get in there. Oh my gosh. So she's talking about the interview from 2018 where she said, the idea of this movie was to make white people cry. Yes, there was some haranguing against her that was unfairly positioned that Star Wars fans misinterpreted as her saying that the idea of the Acolyte TV show was to make white people cry. That was not what she was saying. That was from 2018 when the Hate You Gave movie came out. And it was this big cultural thing of oh my gosh, someone got shot and they were black, so that means that they're actually totally innocent. Nothing went wrong ever. Evil, evil, evil. White people are evil. You should cry now. That's basically what she was saying in that interview. That's basically the entirety of the context of what she was saying in that interview. The Hate That You Give movie, okay? So apparently she went on viral for that. Evidently not, though. I mean, let's be honest. If you did go viral on Twitter for that, then you probably would have noticed that she existed before this. I mean, maybe there were people that knew she existed before this, but I certainly didn't. I had no idea. I had no concept that she existed prior to this regarding any virality at all, you know? I mean, I was aware of The Hate You Give, but that's just because I just thought it was a stupid movie that was supposed to tell us about how evil all us white people are. But other than that, right, the only amount of fame that she's gotten in recent history that's actually meant anything was The Acolyte. And even less people care about it now than when it first initially started because it was so poorly written and everything sucks in it. And she's a terrible actress. Her entire role is just, I'm going to stare blankly at something and read off a couple of lines of dialogue, and somehow I'm going to look better when I'm played by kids who are of different appearances. And I'm going to play the exact same character twice over and call it two different people. But one's going to go from the bad to the good, and one's going to go from the good to the bad. Stupid. It just aches me. Man, I think of the stereotype, right? I think of the stereotype. White people ain't got no rhythm. They can't dance. And the black people, man, they got soul. They just, everything they do turns into amazing music and beats and everything, right? That's the stereotype. Where did it go with her? Where did the stereotype disappear to and flutter off away from into the heavens when it comes to her? Nothing she says is in tune. The sound in the background is ear-piercing. Every line that she's saying has zero rhyme or rhythm to it. It's just, I'm going to tell the exact same story that I've been talking about for the last... Remember back in 2018 when I was talking about something, the murdering of a black boy? What? Is this supposed to be a song or smash poetry? What is this? And she basically just said, oh my gosh, my people, as in black people, are crying in theaters because of this ridiculousness, right? Because of the nature of this situation. And then she goes, white people are crying because they see us as human beings. They finally understand the error of their ways because of The Hate You Give, a movie that was inspired off of lies about other things, or was written with an actually black person in the role, whereas Amandla Stenburg, I think, is half white. Maybe that's where the rhythm went, right? All of her rhythm is in her whiteness. So she doesn't have any rhythm because she's white, apparently, evidently, right? Like that, according to the stereotype. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, right? Like, at this point, I'm not even trying to rebut the stupid claims that she's saying right now, okay? I mean, yes, she did say that. That was 100% something that she said. She said, white people crying is the goal. We want them to be sad and upset over the fact that we made a movie that's completely haranguing them and talking about how every white person's racist. We want that to be the way that it is. We want to claim that an entire race is racist. What is that? Is that racism? No, because they're white. Yeah. Basically, her entire argument there is just, oh my goodness gracious, we wanted white people to cry, right? Yes, that's 100% something she said in the interview in 2018. It's not regarding The Acolyte, it's regarding something else. But can you see just like the idiotic nature of this? Like, come on, at least have some rhythm with how you're speaking. I'm not even trying at this point to rebut stupid racist claims. I'm just upset at the fact that there's no rhythm. At this point, I'm just going to pause the video so that I have a little bit of a brief momentary glimpse of happiness regarding the silence and the buzzing of cars driving down the road behind me before I go back into this hellscape that is this video. So, but she basically just said, oh, that's a stupid looking face. Pause it at the stupidest moment. I'm sorry. If you guys are just listening to this and you're not actually watching the video, you gotta pause it and look at the face that she's making right now. I'm sorry. Okay. So she basically just said that oppressors are getting, like, desperate, right? That she basically just said all of white people across all of the world are getting desperate because black people are starting to do things again. I'm sorry. What's your point? What are you trying to say? And now they're holding on to any old thing they can use. Well, when everything's a thing that they can use, because you're being racist in and of yourself, Amandla, it's of course going to be pretty easy, all right? Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. The irony of Amandla Stenburg and every other mainstream Hollywood and liberal individual saying misinformation when everything that is spoken about on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, every single mainstream media outlet, even freaking Fox, is all a bunch of freaking lies. It's a haranguing of the truth, a complete and total denial of what's actually happening, and it is just a sickening display of disgusting impropriety. It is just a sickening, disgusting, ridiculous, disgraceful, disturbing display of complete and utter lies on screen. Again, what's with the facial expressions and the jiggling and gyrating? Can you have at least an ounce of originality? Who taught her how to dance? That's not... Oh my gosh, who taught her how to dance? Does she have a father? Yes. Was he there to teach her how to dance? Evidently not. Okay? What in the world is happening? Look at this poor person in the background. Right here in the background. You can't see it, but if it's like the bottom left-hand corner of the video, he's just staring at her while she does this nonsense in front of his rainbow shop, right? What in the world is happening? She's just jiggling and gyrating all over the place, and this poor schmuck in the background is like, lady, could you get off of my property? Like, what is happening? And you know she doesn't live in the same neighborhood that she's filming this in. She lives in some upper economic background area, right? Like, she definitely lives in an upper economic area. 100%. And the fact that she had to probably go down to the ghetto where she could find some snippets of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? There it is, just graffiti. Some snippets of graffiti on a wall somewhere, and then record a video of her doing this stupid, jiggling, gyrating nonsense, just so that she could look as though she's one of the people. It's probably one of the silliest, most disgusting, that's a ridiculous face, silliest, most disgusting things that a person can do. To lie about where they're from, to lie about the relationships that they have, and to lie about the status and background in which they were raised, just so they can get points from random people on the street, that's silly. That's disgusting. That is a disgrace of truth. All right, let's go ahead. I just want there to be at least an ounce of rhythm. Just an ounce. Just a little bit, you know? Just something that I can at least bob my head to once or twice. What is this? What is this? Oh, and she's going to now try to say that anyone who says get woke, go broke, or how something is woke and disgusting is now being misappropriated. And it's like, well, I would disagree. You know, pretty much everything that's woke nowadays is just infused with political talking points, and it's part of the reason why everything sucks now. But let's move on. Oh my gosh, again. Just imagine being the person driving down the road and seeing her do this. Oh my gosh. And she's basically saying, keeping an eye out for you silly racists. So basically she just accused all of the Star Wars fandom as being racist for not liking The Acolyte, a show which was written, directed, and headed up by, I say again, the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland. What in the world is going on? Could you please possibly tell me why it is that you have such a disdain for anyone who happens to disagree with you? Could you please tell me for just 1 second why it is that you have a desire to call everyone racist, even if they're matching the same skin tone as you and happen to be darker? What is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, dude. Yep, this is just another one of those moments where I'm sitting here like someone stabbed me in the ears with pencils right now because I would rather not be able to see, hear, or breathe than listen to this. Okay, so now she's going to go after journalists. The same people who have done nothing but praise woke Star Wars. The same people who have done nothing but praise Disney Star Wars and talk about how amazing it is, despite all evidence to the contrary. A complete bastardization of the lore of Star Wars, as well as a complete and total utter disrecognition of the absolute gloriousness that was George Lucas's writing. She's going to now say that the journalists are on the side of the racists. So, she's obviously never read a single article from any journalist that ever praises anything regarding Disney Star Wars. Which means she's never done an ounce of research into any of this ever before. Yes, it is the job of the reporter and the journalist to spread truth, but as we've seen from evidence in regards to the reality of the world that we live in, that's not something that happens. Congratulations, you finally met the reality that you seek. Oh my gosh, the irony. You've disregarded all of your ethics for money and views. Yes, they have, which is why they're part of the liberal left woke agenda. Woohoo! Now you're starting to get it, young lass. Now you got it. Look at that. You're amazing. You're starting to grasp it. You got at least 2 brain cells rubbing together in there. Whoa, what an amazing thing. Wow. Gosh. If this is her real voice, no wonder she's still single. Like, I don't think anyone could ever like that screeching, ear-piercing garbage in their voice every morning. What is going on? What happened to the world? How did we get here? I'm genuinely concerned. I don't understand this existence that we're living in. This is painful to watch. I don't even think I'm going to be able to finish this. I have to get to work. I think I've covered this enough. Like, what the heck? This is garbage. Oh my goodness. And that face. Ugh. Everything looks bad. Oh boy, okay, I have to stay for this. This is an important, idiotic thing that she says next. She's tired of suppressing her rage, alright? Let's get into this. 400 years of taking their BS and compartmentalize like my ancestors had to in cage. If you don't confront the pain that you live with, it'll manifest as addiction, disease, and hate. Do you understand what she just said? She just said it's black people's fault for not going ballistic and rioting as to why it is that they have diseases in the first place. So she's saying that the only cure to disease in the black community is to go out and riot, to go out and topple cities, to burn down civilizations, to act as complete and utter savages. That's her advice. That's the medical advice of Amandla Stenburg, everybody. I am so glad I didn't just give up on this video. I am so glad that I recorded this, because this is quite possibly the peak retardedness of this entire video right here. If you don't go out and riot and rage and do evil things and beat people up because of their skin color, then you're actually allowing diseases to take you over. Ah, you're a sick bastard. Bleh. Basically, that's what she just said. She just said that if you don't go out and do evil things, riot, rampage, and trash the street, that you are giving in to diseases, that you're allowing yourself to get suppressed with diseases and addiction, and the only way out of it is to riot, rampage through the streets, murder, rape, kill, all that stuff that's commonly associated as a stereotype amongst the 13%ers, right? Like, this is disgusting. This is a horrible lie. This is a horrible thing to say. This is a horrible, horrible mistruth. This is evil. This is an evil, evil thing from an evil, evil woman. Disgusting. Seen the infection that repression can give you. I'm not going to be the next one sent to an early grave. Yeah, she's advocating for people to go out and do criminal behavior because they're, quote-unquote, oppressed. Next one sent to an early grave. What a joke of a woman. What a joke of a song, or what a joke of an ideology she happens to serve. If you don't go out and rampage, riot, rape, murder, all that good jazz, then you're allowing diseases and addictions to come into your life and put you in an early grave. What a disgusting thing to say. What an absolute piece of trash. What a piece of garbage. That's disgusting. I am really ticked off. I forgot all about that. I had a happy morning so far. Dadgummit. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to work. I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week.